Hello guys, welcome to another one. I just thought today what I have here is I just thought we could do a quick log drum tutorial where I just go through making some log drum patterns. I will just keep modifying the patterns so that we can cover some of the different log drums you can make when you're making whatever Amapiano or even house music you're making, just so that you can kind of hear what you usually hear on some of these songs. The first log drum you can make is probably just the default log drum. Don't change too much, just have it play the same pattern. So if I just copy the pattern and I have it play here. Hi there, if you've ever benefited from the channel, please drop me a sub and a like. It really helps me and I will pay you back for subscribing. Thank you. You could have now what we call, it's almost like the private school log, but sometimes people use it differently. Some people use it in the intro because it doesn't have a lot of attack, but it just basically means you turn this down and then you get this log drum. There are variations to this log drum. For example, some people will put the attack a little bit further ahead. For example, because if you've got like a kick, maybe this opens up a bit of space. Just this opens up a little bit of space for something else to hit in front of it. So you have this and you have that, and you can now play it this way to sound this way. That's also another common log drum. It's a very good log drum. And then we can get on to the other log drum. This one is more. This one is more of like for people who make like skidger, and I don't know. I don't want to say some of these names. I don't want to butcher these names. But it's slightly different as well. This one we turn the attack a bit more in, and then we can lower the sus. I don't know why it's sustain. Then we raise this up. Then we get sort of like a skidger log drum. This one is quite nice because you get a bit of attack on it, and you can add a little bit more decay onto it. So this one, usually it's depending on how your track is, you just want to tweak the decay or tweak the release to get it the way you want it to be. The next one, we go back to like sort of like straight log drums as well. So this one is low. This one is like a very low release, and the time is quite low, and then you lower the initial I don't know, it just says put it there. It gives you more of like a bassy log drum. Some people do put a bit of release onto this one. So you probably notice the more sometimes you lower the decay and release, you can get quite a bit of a punch from it. You can literally just drive it. You can drive it quite high, like into a soft clipper on the master. I don't know why soft clipper works better for this though. The next log drum, which you can also do, is like you can make a modification to the same log drum and give it more of an attack as well. And then what you can do from here, you can turn up the sus a little bit, and it just opens it a little bit. Maybe if you can use it in different sections of your song. My personal favorite is I turn up the decay a little bit, then turn down the release. And what I like to do is I turn this down, but not completely down, and then I get this, my second 808. These ones are really good for just like pure punch and power. Sometimes you just want a log drum to hit. You don't want too much of, you just want it to be like almost like a sub anything. So I'll paste that there. And you can modify it as well. Play with the attack just to get it where you want it to be. The next log drum is the sort of like the fat log drum. So this one, we put this almost like straight, and then we just turn this down a little bit. So, and then the last one, when we just want a little bit of attack, we don't want to do too much, we can just use like a log drum just to put a bit of attack. Sometimes I just use this like in different sections of the song just to change it up a little bit. If you're using like a private log with no attack and it's playing, let's say it's playing over here, and then the second section, you just want it to be a bit different, you can put the second log drum here. This will give just a little bit more attack, and then they can play together. And sometimes people layer the log drums differently. So when it comes to layering your log drums, some people do like to layer their log drums, which is good because you can get like different sounds from your log drums. I'm not the best when it comes to getting your log drums to sound a certain way, but the way I found that works for me is, you know, if things are not playing at the same time, then it's not difficult to mix them or master them the way you want them. So for example, if this is my main sound, so perhaps maybe let's say I want a bit more, I want a bit more of what can we get? Let's get the fat low log, I put that there as well. So this is the sound. This is how it will all sound like together. That kind of sounds okay. But so that I don't have issues when I'm mixing, what I tend to do is, instead of trying to engineer myself out of this, I can just shift things a little bit. So I might shift this ahead a little bit. So I'll play it. I've shifted that just a little bit and forward, and I can shift the second log drum. And then sometimes I will play with the polarity as well. That doesn't work. That doesn't sound too good, so I'll put that back. that's it. And sometimes what I'll do is I will make a sub mix. I'll put them all here, and then if just so that as well, I make sure everything is clear, it sounds good, nothing is clashing. Even my kick, I will take my kick, this is the kick here, I'll also mix it with the kick. So for example, I will listen, it just gives you an opportunity to test out your sounds before I put any effects, before I put anything, before I try to use any EQ. In most cases, I just avoid doing anything. I just leave it as it is. So even for example, if I find that the kick and this, because this is gonna give me quite a big fast attack as well, I can usually just try to move my kick forward, but I like where the kick is right now. So even this particular log drum, I can move it forward a little bit as well, just a little bit, just so that seems like a little bit of space, but that little bit of space makes a big difference. You just move it slightly ahead, and then I start putting the main sound. So for example, this is the main sound that I want. And then if I've got another log drum, in the middle, I will just take my time and push it up slowly. From there, what I'll do is I'll just then I'll then do my work on the sub mix here. I can now do any EQ I need to do, and I keep it simple. I don't do much EQ. So depending on what your style is, some people will add effects on. I will usually just use one EQ, and if on another day I might put some distortion, but I don't even want to tune it too much, because sometimes I just like the way this will probably sound just going into a soft clipper on the master. So I tend not to tune it too much. I'll just leave it as is, and then I just continue on leaving it so I don't make any mistakes. So it's just some things you can do. If you want your log drum to like just basically just destroy everything, you can also use the other log drums. For example, let's go back to the short. Is it the short log? Is it? No. I'm realizing I think there's a log drum I didn't save. So I will just work on that now. You can actually also save this log. Should be the punch log 2. I'll save it as the punch log 2. So the punch log 2. You can actually layer this one with another log drum as well. This one has a lot of attack, so sometimes you might just layer it with like a sort of like a sub log at the bottom of it, because it's got so much attack on it. So I will take something like this, put it there, and just turn this side, and then turn it up as it goes. manipulating the longer 8 the I'm calling it 808, the longer log, you can manipulate it to make this log drum hit even harder. So for example, you can go like this. So if you have it here, so just taking away, it just gives it a bit of space. Sometimes you can even drop it an octave. And just like the others, same process. You just, I tend to put the faders down, then mix it in. And then just tweak the polarity just to see if they sound okay, if you can make it a bit better without doing any EQ or too much. Some people go further, they'll even add a bit of an attack. But sometimes you don't really need to, it's up to you if that works for you. So for example, let's see how this sounds. I might move this just to give it the attack log drum just a bit of space. Another way in which you can layer your log drum, I can take off this one and I could add another log drum. Some people will use a crank bass as well, and they'll just put this underneath this one. So for example, they'll copy the same pattern, put it this over there, and then I'll just mute this, play it. So that's just some of the few ways in which you can make your log drum hit really nicely. They're just different sounds which you can use, but basically you can do anything you want to do. Honestly, you can do anything you want to do. That's the beauty of it. You can, and with each log drum you can make it work. So what I'll do is I'll just leave all of these. I'll upload these presets. You can just use them as for anything you want. You can edit them and just make the sound your own sound. And I hope this helps